Hey guys, let's smash our calves. So our calf muscles don't get a whole lot of attention. They do so much work, not just when we're moving, like pushing off through the toes, when running, but also to stabilize us when we're trying to stand on our 2 feet. So let's give them some love. You're gonna need a tennis ball. You can also use a lacrosse ball, but know that the harder the surface is, the more intense it's gonna be. And more intense is not always better. There is a sweet spot where you feel sensation, but it's not terrible. So from a seated position, I'm gonna take this tennis ball and I'm gonna put it right on the bulkiest part of my calves. Now here, this might be plenty of sensation, and this is a decent amount for me. If you need a little more, you can take your opposite leg and place it on top. Ooh, I feel the bike ride I did earlier. And then I'm just gonna hold this for a little bit. I'm gonna hold it until it feels like the sensation has gone down, right? The pressure is not actually changing because I'm not gonna change position, but it's gonna feel like less because the muscles are gonna start to relax. They're gonna recognize that, like, hey, this is okay. I'm not in danger. If we wanna progress this and do some pin and stretch, I'm gonna move this leg out of the way. I'm gonna keep the pressure in exactly the same place, but now I'm just gonna add some movement of my ankle. So just taking it to flexion, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. You can also make little circles. But as I do this, the pressure is gonna change on the tennis ball because the length of these muscles in the back of my leg are changing depending on what shape I'm trying to make with my ankle. Now to make it more interesting, I'm gonna take this tennis ball and rather than being on the back side of my calf, I'm gonna come out here more to the outside. So I'm gonna let my leg turn out 40, 45 degrees. I'm not all the way on the exact side, but kind of like halfway in between. Ooh, and there's generally a really tender spot. If you're curious, it's called your fibularis longus muscle. And then again, I'm gonna, oh yeah. And I can feel I have to hold this one because when I move my ankle, that muscle contracts and it wants to kick me off the tennis ball. So it's using the movement of your ankle can almost help you find the right muscles because you'll feel how the intensity and the shape changes underneath the pressure of whatever prop you're working with. And this definitely does not have to be the only position that you sit in. You could also, if it's comfortable, use your hands. So I'm gonna find, there's this little bone right here that sticks out, and I'm gonna go just below that, find that little tender spot, and then from there I can move my ankle and hold the pressure. Ooh, that'll get you some good sensation for sure. As long as you're not up here around that little bony prominence, because there are some nerves there, and we're not looking to anger those nerves. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, let's switch sides. Take this tennis ball, place it underneath your calf, right across like the bulkiest part. So it's not exactly halfway down, although that's a good spot too. Kind of just depends on how you use your legs and where you hold tension. Oh man, I don't even need the extra weight of this leg on this side. Sometimes just kind of leaning forward into it gets you enough pressure. And then just flex your ankle. Maybe make little circles. And when I do this, the pressure will let up, so I am gonna use my hands or I could use my other leg to keep that pressure even when the muscle is contracting and tries to like kick it off. Just pinning the muscle down and then stretching it. And then I'm going to turn the leg out to the side. And you can usually find it pretty easily. It feels pretty ropey on a lot of the athletes that I work on. And I'm just going to hold that static pressure right there. Again, you could use your other leg, but this is a smaller muscle and it usually doesn't need as much sensation. Remember, more is not always better. You should be able to breathe. You should be able to be fairly relaxed, even though this is intense. And again, if you wanted to get more specific, you could use your fingers, find that band of tension, hold it, and then move your ankle around. So I'm not up here on that little bony knob that sticks out, but I am on soft tissue. Oh yeah. So important to keep your calf muscles nice and loose and healthy, not just so you can run fast and ride a bike fast, but also in terms of circulation, you know, pumping blood back up to your heart. Nice. And then stand up, walk around, see how that feels. Let me know how it goes.